Hello, it's Lewis. This is Schedule 1 and welcome to this episode of Patched. I feel like it's my duty to keep you up to date with the latest and greatest changes that happen in Schedule 1. So let's get on with it. This patch dropped in the early hours of Friday, April the 4th, and this is what has changed. Chemists can now be assigned to up to 4 stations each instead of 3 previously. So I'm sure this change will be welcomed with open arms by you, the players, as it makes your chemists way more efficient and gives them the ability to do more. So what are you waiting for? Get your employees to work. There was, once upon a time, a sneaky little trick that you could do, as previously covered in my last video, where you could make the NPCs inside of the red warehouse aggro onto you by pointing a gun at them, and they would follow you outside of the building. You could then lure them back to your property, knock them out, and when they woke back up, you'd have all of the warehouse traders sat right outside your house. Whilst some players found this pretty cool, the developer has made it very clear that this was not an intended feature of the game, so now you can consider this well and truly patched. There was also another sneaky trick where you could tell one of your employees working at the sweatshop to be assigned elsewhere, but then would take your product directly to another place, such as the bungalow in my case. This, in my opinion, actually opened up some interesting workflow ideas and made it a little bit more interesting. But again, the dev has spoken, and yes, you can consider this one patched. Previously, you could stack your motel full of beds, assign your employees from any other property to these beds, such as the bungalow again in my case, and they would continue to work, no questions asked. All you had to do is make sure that you topped up their money inside their briefcases. People did this because it gave you more free space inside the bungalow. But surprise, surprise, this is patched. You may not believe it, but I have been reading every single comment as promised. A few of you out there have mentioned that if you did the sweatshop employee or motel bed trick before this patch went live, then there is a chance that it will continue to work in your current saved game. I went ahead and tested this, and I can confirm this does work, as in my saved game, my botanist from the sweatshop is still dropping off product into my bungalow, and all of my bungalow employees are still working even though all their beds are assigned inside the motel. But if you ever fire your staff for any reason, just take away their bed, or specifically using your clipboard take away their assigned bed, then you won't be able to do this again, as it will give you an error which shows on screen right now. So again, consider this patched. An alternative version of the game is now available. This was created for the individuals who kept crashing over and over again. I've not heard of it personally, but I'm sure some people out there can relate. To view and select this alternate version, open your Steam client, go ahead to the library and right click on your Schedule 1 game, go to Properties, head over to the Beta tab, and you will see the alternate version in the drop down menu. A new command has been added to the game. You can now type cleartrash into the command line prompt, and it will clean your entire world like there were no trash ever there before. This is particularly useful for those who are using lower end PCs and don't get the most frames per second in the game. And all of that trash on the floor may just be taking up too many resources from your PC and just lagging you out. And yeah, let's not talk about how my sweatshop looks. Whilst you're riding on your skateboard, you can no longer pick up any items off the floor. Some other smaller changes and fixes have been deployed as well in this patch. You might not even really know what they are, but I'll list them out anyways. Developer has fixed mixing colliders behind the slop shop, fixed not being able to knock on the door of the tall building next to the overpass, and fixed player speed multipliers not resetting after exiting and reloading. And yeah, that about wraps up the Update 6 patch notes on Schedule 1. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to show your support by liking this video, maybe even subscribing. I mean, I'm only a small channel. And yeah, I'm going to continue to make plenty more content for this game, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And if you want to continue watching some of my other Schedule 1 content that's already live, you can do so by clicking the videos on screen now. Till next time, bye bye.